Hi, I'm Mike DeStefano, president of the Korn Ferry Institute, alongside R.J. Heckman, vice chairman of Korn Ferry. And today we've got the opportunity to sit with Bill George. Bill is the former CEO of Medtronic. He's a Harvard Business School professor. He currently sits on the board at the Mayo Clinic as well as Goldman Sachs. He's previously sat on such boards as Novartis, Target, and ExxonMobil. If you broke down the bell curve between a highly performing board and a low, maybe dysfunctional board, if you sat on a number of them, have you seen some distinct differences between those that you think are tremendously effective and add value and help the organization to grow versus those that have some challenges and kind of can't get out of their own way?
There's an elusive thing on boards called chemistry. You can have all the governance checkpoints in place, but unless you have chemistry among your board members, it's not going to go well. I remember the Goldman Sachs board. We were under enormous pressure in the fall of 2008 when the whole world is collapsing. And frankly, we were all over the world. We couldn't come together in one place. And we're having to make really big decisions, like taking an investment from Warren Buffett or becoming a bank holding company. These are enormous decisions for the firm with huge long-term consequences. If we didn't have the chemistry on that board that had been built over a 10-year period, it could have been a disaster. Then later, we got under a lot of pressure from regulators and from the Senate about was Goldman Sachs doing the wrong things, and we had to take the firm apart top to bottom, both at the management level and then supported by a board committee that I chaired. Really important stuff, and the fact that management trusted us to get so involved in that was critical. But if you don't do that, if you don't build that chemistry, you'll be like Hewlett-Packard, and a board will fall apart under pressure. Oh, you get people out leaking stuff to the media or going this way, or they'll get their egos involved. So I think it's essential that every board member take an oath to put the firm first, put their egos aside. It's not about their self-interest. It's not about how they look to the outside world. Or, somebody once said to me on board, I'm on, Bill, you're hurting your reputation. I said, I'm not on there to help my reputation. I'm on there to build the reputation of the company. That's my job. And that's my commitment. That's my fiduciary responsibility. Anything else is an ego trip for me.
So is that explicitly discussed during either the recruitment process or in the board meetings? Like, how do you build that camaraderie and the trust and the commitment and the shared purpose? Is it explicit?
It is explicit. And then we do things like doing an offsite, like going with the Goldman Sachs board to Japan to visit the Japanese entity. We spent a couple days in Silicon Valley meeting with all these up-and-coming talented people in Silicon Valley, like Travis Kalanick at Uber, or Mark Andreessen is probably the best venture capitalist in the country today. And if you don't take time to do that, see, that's how you build the chemistry. People get to know each other as human beings. Otherwise, you just see some guy in a board meeting or some gal in a board meeting. You don't really know who they are. You don't get to know their personal side. I think boards need to do that just as much as the management does, because boards come in every couple months and they need to face difficult times together.